Oh, let's get to this El Plaga case here. Now, El Plaga has been convicted of first degree murder from what I've been seeing here, maybe second degree murder, but we're going to get into a full article. It was stemming from something that happened maybe about 4 years ago now, where he was at a party, him and a few other individuals at an Airbnb. The party was going all well until people heard shots at the party. Everybody fled the scene, and then when they discovered what happened after the shots, then there was two women that were found dead, one sitting on a chair and one on a bed. Okay, this is the details because we have been following this extensively throughout the whole trial. So now the trial has come to a close, and they have said that El Plaga has been charged or convicted of second degree or first degree murder. Now I have a article here courtesy of CBC News. All right, or cbc.ca. I'm going to play the article because I'm not, my reading's not
Toronto
top.
rapper gets life in prison, no parole for at least 22 years in double murder at Fort Erie, Ontario, party. Christopher Lucas's killings of Christine Crooks, Juliana Panunzio, cold and calculated, judge says. Paul Forsyth, CBC News, posted, August 25, 2026, 12:43 p.m. East. Superior Court Justice James Ramsey cited rapper Christopher Lucas's long history of violence and firearms-related convictions, the execution-style killing of one of the women and the impact the killings have had on the victims' families.
Holy.
Christine Crooks, 18, of Toronto and Juliana Panunzio, 20, of Windsor were shot during the birthday party at a rental property on the Niagara Parkway in Fort Erie
Those
on
are the two gal
January
here,
19, 2021.
obviously.
Lucas, whose rapper name is El Plaga, was convicted by a jury in January. Family members at the sentencing hearing read victim impact stories, citing their grief at losing loved ones. The police investigation was hampered from the get-go by uncooperative witnesses. Ramsey said 13 people at the party committed perjury to protect Lucas.
Wow.
Argument led to first shooting. On Monday, court heard that Lucas, who was in a relationship with Crooks, got into an argument with her at the party and shot her in the hand with the Glock handgun he was carrying. Ramsey said it's believed Crooks yelled out for someone to call 911 before Lucas turned around and shot her 2 more times.
What? Huh? The court heard that Lucas was in a relationship with Crooks. This is Crooks right here. Hold on, where are we here? Relationship with Crooks, got into an argument with her at the party and shot her in the hand with a Glock handgun he was carrying. What the fuck? If this is true, that's some savage shit. You get into an argument with your chick and you just shoot her in the hand, brother? Wow.
That Lucas, who was in a relationship with the police investigation was hampered from the get-go by uncooperative witnesses. Ramsey said 13 people at the party committed perjury to protect Lucas. Argument led to first shooting. On Monday, court heard that Lucas, who was in a relationship with Crooks, got into an argument with her at the party and shot her in the hand with the Glock handgun he was carrying. Ramsey said it's believed Crooks yelled out for someone to call 911 before Lucas turned around and shot her 2 more times.
What?
The judge said it's likely Lucas knew that Panunzio, who was unknown to most people at the party, was the only one likely to call 911. Crown lawyer Jody Ostapai said in her sentencing submission Monday that Lucas then went to Panunzio, who was sitting in the living room, and fired 7 times at her. 4 bullets hit her in the head and neck and the other 3 lodged in the wall just above her head in an execution-style killing, Ostapai said. Judge cites man's chilling indifference to life. Ramsey said the killing of Crooks showed how easy.
Yo, I need to read this comment because it's kind of facts still. And whoever might be some of those people who watch the podcast, this is just this. Not only the comment gang feels this way, I feel this way. 13 of them all need to be in jail. You're covering up for a man that shot a girl in the hand, one, and then killed her. And then the next gal who's like, yo, the one who's most likely to call the police, let's just pepper her with bullets and kill her too. Fuck these bitches. I'm arguing. We had a domestic dispute, and this is how this is going to end. What? Kind of savagery
Lucas
am I
could be
hearing?
pushed to lethal violence. The killing of Panunzio, wall just above her head in an execution style. Crown lawyer Jody Ostapai said in her sentencing submission Monday that Lucas then went to Panunzio, who was sitting in the living room, and fired 7 times at her.
Damn.
4 bullets hit her in the head and neck and the other 3 lodged in the wall just above her head in an execution-style killing, Ostapai said. Judge cites man's chilling indifference to life. Ramsey said the killing of Crooks showed how easily Lucas could be pushed to lethal violence. The killing of Panunzio, in particular, was cold and calculated, Ramsey said. I find beyond a reasonable doubt that he did so because as a stranger, he did not trust her not to tell the police about the shooting of Christine Crooks. It shows a chilling indifference to life. In imposing the sentence, Ramsey noted that Lucas,
So that's what they're trying to say is the rationale for it. That like, oh, because he didn't know her like that. You know, she's not one of the gal them who be around. She might tell. So get rid of her too.
who emigrated from the Democratic Republic of Congo to Canada when he was 10, grew up in a
Congolese.
disadvantaged area where gangs were common. Ostapai said 3 of Lucas's friends were killed violently and Lucas was once shot in the leg. Court heard that Lucas has a criminal record of violence and firearms-related offenses dating back to his teens, and it continued into his adult life. He has spent over half his adult life in custody, said Ostapai.
What?
A second-degree murder conviction in Canada comes with an automatic life sentence, but judges decide parole eligibility, which ranges from 10 to 25 years. Lucas's lawyers asked that he be eligible for parole after 18 years. Ostapai asked Ramsey to not allow him to be eligible for parole until he spends 25 years behind bars.
Let me ask you guys a question. And you know, have you guys ever seen any of El Plaga's stuff? Let me catch a quick copyright for the culture. This is El Plaga. This is some of his music. Never Saw Me featuring Big Lean and Ryda and Sick People. This is from 6 years ago. Has 1.3 million views on it. His biggest song, Metro Housing Baby, with Lil RK, has 1 million views on it. That's his biggest solo song. This is some of the news stories that we've been following. Trap star Scotty, El Plaga, Whole Lotta, and Long Way has 419,000 views on it. He was a geyser. Toronto El Plaga sentenced to murder. Who's this? Stay in your bag media TV. Interesting. Some new guys on the block. Hey, I see you guys. I see you, Bridget. El Plaga arrested. This nigga got some serious SEO. Let's hear this.
You smoke your code, you silent for that death. You can be a body. Ready in the what's I got busy in the party. I keep them killers with me, and for me they going dummy. I put my
I started a poll over here because based on his parole and maybe the parole eligibility, should El Plaga get parole in 18 years? And 18 years is 2/3 of 25 years, basically. So with anybody who's doing federal time in Canada, you can get parole eligibility in a lot of cases if it's not murder, obviously. But in most cases, you'll get parole eligibility after 18 years, or sorry, after 2/3 of your time, I mean. Okay, in case like this with murder, even if you get your parole after 18 years, you still have a life sentence. So you're on parole, like let's say he comes home after 25 years. He's still on parole for the rest of his life. So if he gets an assault charge, he's going back to jail. If he might get a jaywalking charge, but maybe not a jaywalking, that might be pushing it. But anything happens in his natural life as he's still living, he will go back to jail. All right. So should he have to wait 25 years for his parole? Should he have to wait 18 years, 2/3 of his time for his parole, which would be favorable by the judge, or never? You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck parole. We should keep you forever type shit, right? They gave him 1 life sentence. Actually, let's continue this article over here. I want to see how many life sentences they got. And also, they're going to also explain in this story how he's going to get deported back to the Congo because he's originally not from here. He's not born in Canada. So let's get to that.
She told Ramsey that Niagara residents wanted him to denounce the importation of gun violence from Toronto into Niagara. "We don't want it here," she said. She noted 9 of the 12 jurors at his murder trial called for Lucas to spend 25 years in jail before being eligible for parole, and the other 3 jurors
Hold on, let's
abstained.
rewind a little bit.
Lucas's lawyers asked that he be eligible for parole after 18 custody, said Ostapai. Was once shot in the leg. Court heard that Lucas has a criminal record of violence and firearms-related offenses dating back to his teens, and it continued into his adult life. He has spent over half his adult life in custody, said Ostapai.
Let me stop there for a second also. You spent over half of your adult life in custody. Is crazy. How old was he? Let me see if we can find his age. Christopher Lucas. Did they show his age? Crooks, Lucas, Plaga, Hold on, let me find his age. Because I just wanted to just do some quick math here, fam. That's kind of fucking crazy, bro. It's not out of the ordinary, but it just sucks. But it sucks that it's not out of the ordinary. How old are you, bro? "27 years old." So half of 27, what is that? Like freaking 13 and a half? So you spent at least like 14, maybe 15 years of your life in custody? What the hell, bruh? This is what the fuck I'm talking about, bruh. It's the same thing with Bizloke. Salute to Bizloke, but I tell the story behind the scenes. I've told it in front of the scenes, and it's in my documentary on Bizloke. All right, man spent more time on road. 13.5. Am I wrong about that? 13.5. That's 27 years, nigga. You're making me second guess myself. No, he said more than half of his adult life, Gucci Ghost. So 13.5 is just the least. He might have spent like 15 years, maybe even 16 years, possibly like 20 years of his adult life in custody. You feel what I'm saying? No, because man could have got like 2.5 years or some shit. Never know, bro. You never know. We got to be accurate. I feel like, to be honest, it's probably on the higher side of the teens. Like maybe like 18, 19 years of his whole, well, he's only 27. Hold on. Let me just chill for a second. Let's say 17 years of his life, he's doing crime. Because if he's 27 now, man could start doing crime from 10. Okay? So let's say he started doing crime from 10 years old. 17 years of his life, let's cut that in half then.
A second-degree murder in the leg. Sentence. Ramsey noted that Lucas, who emigrated from the Democratic Republic of Congo to Canada when he was 10, grew up in a disadvantaged area where gangs were common. Ostapai said 3 of Lucas's friends were killed violently and Lucas was once shot in the leg. Court heard that Lucas has a criminal record of violence and firearms-related offenses dating back to his teens, and it continued into his adult life. He has spent over half his adult life in custody.
So over half of his adult life. So from the time he was 19 to 27, so the last 8 years, you're telling me that he spent like, I don't know, 5, 6 of them in jail? That could be one bid, bro. It sucks, but that's one bid. We're not even, but I don't know. They didn't talk about any of his YO time. But anyhow, let's move on.
Ostapai. A second-degree murder conviction in Canada comes with an automatic life sentence, but judges decide parole eligibility, which ranges from 10 to 25 years. Lucas's lawyers asked that he be eligible for parole after 18 years. Ostapai asked Ramsey to not allow him to be eligible for parole until he spends 25 years behind bars. She told Ramsey that Niagara residents wanted him to denounce the importation of gun violence from Toronto into Niagara. We don't
Good
want
luck.
it here, she said. She noted 9 of the 12 jurors at his murder trial called for Lucas to spend 25 years in jail before being eligible for parole, and the other 3 jurors abstained from making a recommendation.
Wow.
Ramsey gave Lucas the opportunity to address the sentencing hearing, but he declined and showed no emotion as he was led out of the courtroom. Our grief is everlasting, victim's stepmom. Shelley Pennenzio, Juliana's stepmother, declined to speak with CBC News after the sentencing. It's too overwhelming, she said. But in her victim impact statement she read in court, Shelley said her family will be forever haunted by the knock on the door by detectives who informed them that Juliana, who loved animals, was dead. It has taken a toll on our family, our mental health and our souls. Our grief is everlasting. It is not a...
Bro, you know what's pissing me off about this? It'd be one thing, and it doesn't make it, well, it makes it even a little bit less tragic. But if you guys are just shooting at each other, oh, fuck the ops came around, we had to shoot 2 of the ops because they killed 2 of our people last week, that's one thing, all right? I'm not saying y'all just take each other out, okay? I know some people feel that way, like y'all just keep on killing each other until you're gone. I don't feel that way. I want y'all to stop killing each other. But at least if it's, oh, you went and shot at some of your ops that came to the party or whatever, you're trying to protect yourself. You're shooting gal? Shooting gal in their hand, and then shooting the next girl who might be a snitch, and then freaking like massacring her. The fuck is wrong with you, bro? That's some animalistic, savage bullshit, bro. The girl's fucking 18 years old, my nigga. And then niggas be like, yo, free this, free that, free. For what? You killed 2 gal, brethren. Idiot thing, brethren. I don't care. Yo, I've have interviews with niggas from the man's team. Don't tell me that the man's them are rating this, bro. I don't care, even if she was supposed to be some kind of setup thing drop for the ops or whatever. Like, bro, you guys are smoking gal, brethren. I idiot thing.
Pain I would want to inflict on even my worst enemy. Mark Pennenzio told court that as a father, he was supposed to be a hero, a protector and shield for Juliana. While she often ran to him as a little...
Like, what's that going to do? Now the ops are going to be like, oh, shit, they shot one of our setup things. That's crazy. And what? The repercussions of something like that, besides life in prison, is those 2 girls are gone from their families forever. You know what I'm saying? They can't grow up to go and produce more people, more humans to inhabit the earth. And they can't grow up to live, to reach their full potential because, you know, they were down with the ops. And this is just me assuming that's what it is. Because that's the only thing that I can even close to rationalize, if there is that word could even be close to such a fucking savage act that we're reading about right here. But if that word rationalize could even be close to it, to be like, you know what? This is the reason why I had to shoot 2 gal. That's the only thing that I can say, you know what? You're not right. You're still fucking dumb for it. But like, oh, maybe you were worried about your safety. But 2 gal, an 18-year-old girl is not freaking reaching for the ratchet in her purse like some freaking James Bond female spy to try to take you out, brother. You didn't have to smoke the ting, brethren. They said it was his girlfriend. Yes, but like, fam, I'm trying to find a reason anywhere rational of why. Because the reasons that I've heard from the court cases, y'all got into an argument, so you shot her in the hand. Huh? Idiot thing.
Girl to protect her from imaginary monsters. At that fateful party, she met a monster that I could not keep her safe from, he said. He laments the fact he will never walk his daughter down the wedding aisle, and now only has an urn holding her ashes that's sitting on the dining room table.
Fucking idiot.
I know that the urn and ashes are not really my daughter, but they are all we have left. Nothing in this world is the same without her. Juliana's younger brother, Gabriel, said he's haunted by the killing of his sister, who he'd cuddle up with while watching movies and eating popcorn. I have this aching I hold in my heart and I am angry that I never had the chance to say goodbye to her, he told court. Lisa Mulcaster, Juliana's biological mother, said she's left with overwhelming grief, anger, isolation, and guilt. How did I fail to protect my child, she said in court.
You didn't.
Guilt is a poison that eats away at your soul until you are nothing.
You didn't fail to protect your child, okay? If you ever see this, you didn't fail to protect your child. You could do as much as you want to protect them. As soon as they get to a certain age, you can't stop them from going to a party with their friends to just go enjoy themselves, okay? You just got to hope that they come home. You know what I'm saying? You just got to hope that for the man them who have daughters out there, that they don't freaking cuddle up and lay up with fucking killers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? If your daughter starts having self-esteem issues and they start looking at too much gal on Instagram with BBLs and freaking those weird duck lips and all kind of stupid idiot thing that all these gals then be getting, then listen, speak to them, talk to them, love them, okay? Let them know that they're perfect the way they are, fam, because them gal who go chase the BBL and all that shit, they're going to look for mun who freaking carry guns with them everywhere. I see it on the timeline all the time. The BBL chick matches with the gangster, okay? They try to aspire from the gangster and move up to athlete and rapper. You know what I'm saying? But their training wheels start with a bunch of Rays who carry guns all over the place and might make more money than the rest of the niggas. You know what I'm saying? But they also might get a fake titty shot off when they get into the crossfire of one of their boyfriend's freaking beefs. It's just real shit. There's no way for me to sugarcoat it.
More than a ghost of who you used to be. Mulcaster said she keeps some of her daughter's clothes in a Ziploc bag so that on her birthday, she can open it and breathe in her scent, and continues to pay for Juliana's cell phone service. I just can't bring myself to cancel it.
Shit upsets me, bro. Wasting people's lives, bro, because y'all got rap beef. That's a super duper idiot thing, bro. I don't know what y'all wanted me to say. Like, yo, I'm not gonna say no free this nigga, bro. If that's what you did, bro, keep this nigga, fam. 25 years. There's niggas who are gonna hit me up behind the scenes, be like, yo, that's my brethren. Okay, you guys are keeping bad company. And if that's how you guys move, you guys need to change the way you move, fam. Life is more precious than this, bro. Niggas can't just be shooting gals, shooting the man them. Like, I don't give a fuck how much trauma you guys have, bro. You know how much people have trauma? What the hell? You know how much people have dealt with trauma, bro? I've seen niggas die before, bro. I've seen niggas dead bodies. Am I running around trying to shoot niggas? No. And it's not because I'm pussy. It's because my mind has not been adjusted to, just violence, violence, violence. Money, money, money. Violence, violence, violence. Like, that's what gets the job done, right? I got all the stacks, all the chains, and if niggas fuck with me, I got about 10 hats too. So niggas know not to fuck around until they actually fuck around and then kill one of y'all too. So, like, that, I'm sorry, fam. That shit don't make y'all niggas cool, bro. Half y'all niggas spend more time in orange jumpsuits than you get to spend in the fucking designer clothes that you take penitentiary risks for. So then what's it all for? Why should we envy y'all niggas? Because you guys have more money than us? Because you guys drive around in hot cars and have chains? Nah, bro, I don't envy you niggas. You niggas do more time than fucking we do on roads. I don't give a fuck if I have to work at Walmart, bro. I'm on roads more than you guys because you guys are taking these risks. And then guess what? I get to be on road way longer than that after one of you niggas die. So then who's living better? You gotta watch your back and wear a balaclava to go out with the fucking BBL bitch, or you gotta bring your whole crew to go date one bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys gotta watch your back everywhere you go, or me, who gets to go walk anywhere I want. You know what I'm saying? I got a little bit of issues with a couple of content creators. Who gives a shit? Couple of rappers. Who gives a shit? But I'm not worried about a nigga trying to shoot my head off every single day. So who's living? Yo, chat. Let me know. and we'll get off of this topic here. Okay, no salutes, no free M, none of that bullshit. Okay, we're not doing that today, bro. We're living in reality. One in the chat if you live better than these so-called super gangsters who have hundreds of thousands of dollars on their neck, have all types of freaking bitches, drive around in the hottest cars, you got the biggest guns. One in the chat if you guys actually live better than them, or two in the chat if you'd rather be them. Okay, let me know, because you might be like, you know what, fuck it. I don't want to work my 9 to 5 every day. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to hustle 3-4 different occupations, or 4 different hustles. I want to make money like El Plaga and all them niggas, or the mans that freaking, I'm not even gonna say no names, bro, because the niggas gonna get at me in the DMs. But y'all know what I'm fucking talking about, bro. I want to live that lifestyle. Fuck the risk. Let me know, bro. Y'all living better than them, or are they living better than you? One in the chat if you live better with your regular lifestyle, or maybe just a little bit more than average lifestyle, or two in the chat if you'd rather be these niggas. I already got my answer, but y'all need to let me know. The fuck? Anybody else? Let me know. We got a nice set of people in here. Y'all could join in over there on Twitter too, even though most of y'all are bots. Working 9 to 5 is better than powering 24/7 from Boydam or Ops. Facts. Right? I'm gonna add a one in the chat too. Hold on, I got you. Boom. All right, I'm in there, gang. One in the chat from Friday Ricky Dread too. Right? I'd rather be the mesquite podcaster that has to look over my back for like Underground Nation or freaking a couple of old school rappers and shit than y'all niggas. All right? This nigga's wearing fucking orange jumper until he gets to get his designer clothes back when he hits the pen. Lucky you. Right? You can get all of that designer clothes, and what? This started happening in 2022. Maybe the man them will probably send you some new as fresh as crisp as. Oh shit, now you're in the Bing with the, oh, I got Gucci in the Bing. Oh, look at my Prada sneakers. Niggas don't dress like me on range. You're on range. Trust me, fam. I've been there, done that, bro. These niggas find little pockets of happiness to try to freaking justify them catching a body, shooting a girl in her hand, and shooting the next girl with multiple shots, bro. Mans are gonna sit in jail, wearing the fucking designer clothes that they were wearing outside back in 2022. Get into freaking what year? 2027. Let's say he gets his sentencing, right? Chrome Hearts on range. Lucky you, right? 2027, let's add 25 years to that. So 2052, mans are on range wearing 2027 Chrome Hearts. On range. Okay? Because once you get to go to the pen, you know, just for the people who don't understand, right? You're like, what do you mean? You're talking about wearing your own clothes in jail? Some people don't know, okay? When you go to the pen, you get your own clothes. They send you a box. You can get a box of your possessions with your own clothes, maybe some CDs, video games, stuff like that. It's upgraded over the years. You know what I'm saying? You're allowed a certain amount. I think it's probably not $500. I don't know what the limit is, but within that box that your family, your people send you, you're allowed $500 worth of possessions. So now your peoples can send you your clothes, all types of shit. All right? Just for a little bit more context and information, the best thing to do, or the best thing your family members can do for you, is down price the items. So if it's $600 Chrome Heart jeans or whatever the fuck Chrome Hearts cost, you gotta lie to the CSC, Corrections Services Canada, and tell them, yo, nah, the jeans is like $50. Fuck are we talking about? What you mean? Right? That Gucci sweater that's like $700 or whatever, you gotta lie to CSC and be like, yo, nah, that's like $80. It's fake. It might be real, right? Just so that your family member can style in jail while they're doing pen time. All right. Oh, send a pair of Jordans. I left a pair of fake Jordans in jail. As soon as I got my release, I was like, I packed up my shit so quick. I forgot I left a pair of Jordans, but they was fake. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? But like, you can do that. Now you can have all of the same clothes that you were wearing outside inside, right? Just so that you can feel a little bit more comfort. I'm not saying you shouldn't feel that, okay? You're going to be there for a while. So maybe, and you can save the CSC money of having to wear whatever blue stuff there that they give you when you get to the pen, okay? However, it don't make your life any better. You're still in jail. You're still with a bunch of killers and whatever. You're still sans pussy, right? Minus the pum-pum. The same girl that you shot in her hand, there's not a bunch of girls in jail waiting for you. There's just one. And maybe, just maybe, and this doesn't really happen for the killers like that, maybe after a bunch of different courses, psychiatric evaluations, counseling, all these different things that you have to go through, past all these different things, maybe 10 years down the line, you might be able to get a PFV, a private family visit, so that now you can go to the trailer and fuck whoever might be able to be counted as your quote-unquote common law wife. And now you got to find some gal on road that to pretend to be your common law wife for like how long and say you always living with her, even though that's probably not going to happen because you shot two bitches. Sorry, two gal, okay? Two women, two life forms, okay? Respect to the family. So guess what? You're probably never going to get a PFV. So 25 years, your own clothes, freaking might be able to run the range. Nobody can fuck with me. Zero pussy. I think I would rather work at McDonald's, B. No cap. I'm just saying, bro. Anyhow, salute to nobody in this case right here. Salute to the family. Let's do that. Salute to the family of both parties. Let me say their names. Christine Crooks and Juliana Pananzio. Salute to both of their families. Condolences to y'all. Okay, tragic loss to lose your daughters at a goddamn party. All right, and homie, you're gonna have to do your time, brother. Do your time.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.